How's it going, my peeps? It is now time for the Raw results / highlights and review video. Go over the Raw results, give you guys my thoughts and review on the show. So this show starts off with a video package showing us what happened at Survivor Series. And then moving on to the actual show, Ryback kicks off the show. He comes out and he actually cuts a promo. Not just saying feed me more or something like that. He actually cuts a promo saying, basically he's calling out CM Punk, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Raymond Reigns. But he doesn't actually mention their names. He just says CM Punk and his cronies, I believe. He says, to come out to make things easier for them, or else he's just going to tear the whole place apart until he finds them. And then Vickie comes out and says he's not going to be tearing anything apart or he's going to get suspended. But she says she does like how Ryback destroys his opponents. So she says she wants to see how big Ryback's appetite is and brings out Tensai for a match against Ryback. And right when Tensai came out, I was just interested to seeing how or if Ryback would be able to pick him up for the shell shock this time. Last time was a fail. But yeah, he actually picked him up for the shell shock and nailed it. Ryback goes for the cover and wins the matchup. Tensai actually hit his finishers on Ryback, but Ryback kicked out. After that, we see Sheamus backstage yelling at the referee that counted the count after Big Show hit the knockout punch on him. You can't really hear what Sheamus is saying exactly. You can hear him yelling at the referee, but you can't really hear what he's saying because the commentators are commentating all over it. And then we get Kofi Kingston versus Barrett in a non-title match, which I predicted, by the way. Go check out the Raw preview. I did state that I think we're going to see Kofi Kingston versus Barrett in a non-title match. How cool is that? And also, as I predicted, Barrett won the match after he raked Kofi Kingston's eyes against the ropes and then followed it up with his elbow finisher, which is called the Bullhammer. And after that, they show a video package of the Brad Maddox thing. And afterwards, we see Paul Heyman backstage with like this cutout poster or whatever of CM Punk holding the WWE Championship. It's a picture from last night, I think, after he won the match. And he's excited for the celebration for Punk's reign, 365 days. And then he knocks on CM Punk's door. CM Punk answers and he's wearing a I'm a Paul Heyman guy t-shirt. Matt Striker comes out to them, asks them a couple questions. He asks CM Punk about last night and the ending of the matchup. CM Punk doesn't really answer the question. He says he's sick of people disrespecting him. And then Matt Striker then asks, Paul Heyman and CM Punk, how about Ryback, if they have anything to say about Ryback. CM Punk gets mad and yells, what about Ryback? And then Paul Heyman tries to calm him down and says, tells Matt Striker tonight's a celebration, and even Ryback is invited. Then CM Punk looks at Paul Heyman and is like, can I talk to you for a second? And that's about it for that. And then we get Kaitlyn versus Aksana, which Kaitlyn wins with the Gutbuster. And then the following matchup was Antonio Cesaro versus Brodus Clay with our Truth on commentary. Antonio Cesaro won the matchup with the neutralizer. Yes, he did actually pick Brodus Clay up once again. And then they showed a video package of John Cena and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We then see Vickie backstage talking to a man and a woman, but we can't really hear what they're talking about. And then Vickie comes out to the ring with those two. And apparently there are eyewitnesses to the AJ scandal or whatever. She lets them get on a microphone and talk. Apparently the chick is a waitress at that dinner and says that John Cena and AJ requested a private table and they're really touchy or whatever. And the guy gets on the microphone. Apparently he's like in charge of the parking lot or something like that, and says that AJ and John Cena were in the car for about an hour. And that there was a family part right next to them, and the father came complaining to him about what he had seen in the car of AJ and John Cena. And then AJ comes out. I think AJ comes out at this point. And then Vickie says, the guy actually that was in charge of the parking lot took some photos, and she warned the people that if they don't want to see any nudity to, close their eyes. And then she points them to the Titantron, but John Cena comes out, so nobody sees anything. And the two eyewitnesses just leave the ring once John Cena gets in the ring, and John Cena, starts talking, says that Vickie is just doing this to have something to talk about, or have something people would talk about. And John Cena says if she wants that, then he'll give her something to talk about, and then he kisses AJ, and AJ kisses him back. And then Dolph Ziggler starts attacking John Cena and then gets out of the ring just as John Cena was about to hit the AA. And then John Cena goes right after him. And it seems like he, I don't know, hurt his knee or ankle or something like that getting out of the ring. So Dolph Ziggler's like running. He runs backstage and John Cena is running after him but limping the whole time. Pretty much just skipping backstage trying to catch up to Ziggler. And after that, we get a 2 out of 3 falls match between Randy Orton and Del Rio. The first fall actually went to Randy, not by pinfall though, or submission. Actually, it was by disqualification when Del Rio has Randy taken out, I guess, well, down. And he took Randy's arm and kept shoving it against the ring post. The referee started counting. And Del Rio just wouldn't stop, so he counted to 5 and disqualified Del Rio, so Randy wins the first fall. And then the second fall went to Del Rio when he locked on the cross arm breaker after countering Randy's attempt at the second rope DDT. Randy tapped out right away. It was the same arm Del Rio targeted it on, or, shoved against the ring post a couple times, so Del Rio won the second fall. And a little bit after the second fall, at some point Ricardo grabbed Orton's foot from the outside. I thought Del Rio was going to get disqualified because of that, but actually, the referee just kicked out Ricardo from ringside. And then at some point, Del Rio actually went for the RKO. He did the same taunt Orton does and went for the RKO, but Orton countered that. And then Del Rio locked on a cross arm breaker. Well, actually, he didn't fully lock it on. And Orton countered that into a roll up, but Del Rio kicked out. And then towards the end, Del Rio went for what? Oh yeah, he went for his corner enziguri, running enziguri, but he missed as Orton ducked, and then once Del Rio got up, Orton hit the RKO for the 1, 2, 3. I liked the match actually. I thought it was a good match. And then they show footage earlier of John Cena running after Dolph Ziggler and hurting himself and limping the whole way. And we see John Cena backstage getting taped up, getting his knee taped up, and AJ's like next to him. And then we get Great Khali versus Epico and Primo in a handicap match. And before the match actually starts, Hornswoggle's music hits and he comes out with some flowers, which seem to be for Rosa. And then the match starts. Khali, starts beating up Epico and Primo. They have to tag each other in though. And Hornswoggle comes up to Rosa with the flowers, and it looks like they're for her. And then actually the flowers start squirting water onto Rosa. So he pranked Rosa, and then Rosa gets mad and tells Epico and Primo to go after Hornswoggle, but Khali stops him. He chops one of them, and he double-handed chokeslams the other one. I think he double-handed chokeslammed Epico, and then won the match after pinning him. And then backstage, Paul Heyman yells at one of the guys who's supposed to be preparing for CM Punk's, or preparing the stuff for CM Punk's celebration. He yells at him because he forgot to bring balloons. The guy says Heyman didn't ask for balloons. Paul Heyman says he doesn't need to ask for balloons. They should already, bring balloons. And then the guy says, okay, he's gonna take care of it, and runs off. And then they had The Miz versus Daivid Otunga. Daivid Otunga dominated most of the match up until the end, where The Miz started picking up some momentum and finally hitting the skull-crushing finale for the victory. And then you had Sheamus come out for a match against Damien Sandow, but before the match, he got on a microphone, started talking about how Big Show made this personal when he attacked Sheamus' good friend William Regal and knocked him out. Eventually calls out the Big Show. Him and Big Show argue until Damien Sandow interrupts them and comes out for his match against Sheamus. And by the way, when Sheamus came out, he came out with a steel chair, the same steel chair he used on the Big Show at Survivor Series. Anyways, as far as the match goes, Sheamus won the match. It was a pretty long match. Sheamus beats Sandow with the bro kick. And after that, backstage you have Vickie with Tamina. AJ interrupts, and Vickie introduces Tamina to AJ, AJ to Tamina, and starts laughing. AJ says it's not funny, and then AJ says she's gonna get to know Tamina a lot more in the very near future, but for now, I don't know, she talks a little bit and then eventually says, John Cena's hurt, and tells Vickie what is she going to do about it. Vickie says nothing. And then AJ says if she's not going to do anything about it, then she will. And after that, we see AJ walking around backstage, and Layla's with her and is trying to convince her not to do it. But then AJ tells her to just leave her the hell alone. And then she gets into the locker room, in search for Dolph Ziggler. She finds him, And then Dolph just, starts saying she's pathetic, she's sad, and that she's trash. And then AJ gets mad and starts punching him and stuff like that. AJ holds her back, and then Ziggler starts attacking Cena. Cena starts attacking back, but then Ziggler attacks Cena's, hurt knee or whatever. And then Cena kind of, limps towards the bathroom stall, where Ziggler kind of spears him through the bathroom stalls, and then starts punching him. But then the refs and the primetime players, I think, pull Dolph Ziggler back, but he gets back on John Cena, starts punching him again, but then they pull him back once more. And after that, once they come back from commercial, Josh Matthews gives us an update on John Cena, says that the doctors say that, or the trainers say, that John Cena has a partially torn meniscus, and after Dolph Ziggler's attack, seems like it got much worse, because it seemed like John Cena was in a lot of pain. And then seeing Kyle and Rey Mysterio come out for a tag team match against Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane, with the primetime players on commentary. The match ended in disqualification or no contest, when the primetime players interfered in the matchup. Just as Kane was about to hit the chokeslam on Rey Mysterio, they attacked Kane, and they also attacked Rey Mysterio, I believe. But then Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, and Kane and Sin Cara all, got together and took out the primetime players. And I didn't really pay attention to the match just because the commentary was just so entertaining. Titus O'Neil just made a bunch of funny comments on commentary. And then backstage you had Paul Heyman with CM Punk once again, preparing for the celebration. And Paul Heyman telling him that nobody's gonna ruin this night and that the celebration awaits. So then fast forward to the celebration, Paul Heyman is in the ring and the crowd is booing him, and he tells them why are they booing him. They shouldn't be booing him. He says, why are you booing me? Are you booing me because we made fun of Jerry Lawler? And then he says the fans always, complain. They always say they want the Attitude Era back. But then when they give them a slight taste of that, they don't like it, or they realize they don't like it or something like that. Anyways, eventually it introduces CM Punk. They talk about his title reign. They show video package of his championship reign. And CM Punk also states that he wants to surpass the longest reigning WWE champion, Bruno Sammartino, in 2018, I think he said. And eventually, Ryback comes out, his music hits and he comes out. And just before he gets inside the ring, Seth Rollins and, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, they all attack Ryback. And they attack him, and Ryback still attempts to get in the ring. They get in the ring with him and keep attacking him. They then take him out of the ring, where just like Survivor Series, they powerbomb him once again through the announcer's table. And that's it for the show. So, what did I think about the show? Any highlights? I really enjoyed the Randy Orton versus Del Rio match, the 2 out of 3 falls match. I'd say that's the highlight of the night, or match of the night. And also, highlight of the night is Titus O'Neil on commentary. Darren Young didn't talk that much, but Titus O'Neil he brought the laws on commentary. And if I have to give a rating to this Raw, I would give it, I actually enjoyed Raw, so I would give it 7.5 maybe on 10. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. With that said, I'm out. Oh yeah, expect some gameplay tomorrow. I'll be sure to post some gameplay tomorrow, WWE 13, and probably Wii U as well. So I'm out. See ya.